Welcome to today's Explainer. We are jumping straight into some truly fascinating source material today. We're going to be decoding a very specific spiritual framework, the meaning behind the number sequence 3, 6, and 9. Now, whether you actively follow numerology, or even if you're just kind of curious about why people attach so much significance to certain numerical patterns, you are in the right place. We're going to break down exactly what the creator claims this sequence means, the deep symbolism behind it, and the actual practical steps they recommend taking when you see it.
You know that feeling? You randomly glance at your phone and it's exactly 3:09. Or maybe you grab a coffee and a pastry and the receipt total is exactly $36.90. Or perhaps you're just seeing this exact sequence pop up everywhere, on license plates and phone numbers, you name it. Well, this source material speaks directly to that experience. The creator hooks us right away by validating that exact curiosity, claiming that seeing 369 everywhere is absolutely not a mere coincidence. Nope, they present it as a highly intentional special message from the universe. It's basically an attention grabber, designed to make you stop in your tracks and look a little deeper.
Okay, let's dive into this with Section 1, the Sacred Code Explained.
To really grasp what the creator is getting at, we have to look at how they systematically break down the code digit by digit, starting right off with the number 3. In this specific spiritual framework, 3 is all about Genesis. It's that outward, bursting energy. The source explains that it represents creation, personal expression, and a direct connection with the divine. Think of it as the spark of an idea, your initial voice. It is literally the fundamental building block of this whole sequence's power.
Now let's see how that builds as we move to the number 6. So if 3 is that initial raw spark of creation, 6 steps in as the stabilizing force. The creator notes that 6 stands for balance, harmony, and love. It basically takes that raw, energetic spark of the 3 and grounds it. It creates a harmonious environment so that energy can actually exist peacefully in your daily life. And finally, we hit the number 9. The source completes this numerical breakdown by explaining that 9 symbolizes ultimate completion. It's all about deep wisdom and spiritual awakening. It represents reaching the very end of a cycle, because you've successfully learned the lessons from the creation of the 3 and the harmony of the 6. And that, supposedly, leads you right to a higher state of spiritual awareness.
But here's where it gets really interesting. What happens when these 3 distinct energies combine? Well, the source defines the sequence of 369 as a master activation code, and this is a huge foundational concept in this text. The creator posits that 369 is the ultimate number of alignment. It's like a giant bridge. On one side of the bridge, you've got your internal world, your thoughts, your desires, your intentions. On the other side, you've got your external, physical reality. According to the source, 369 is the code that connects those two worlds, acting as a massive catalyst for manifestation.
Now, to back this up, the source material prominently features this famous quote attributed to the legendary inventor Nikola Tesla. If you only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9, then you would have the key to the universe. Now, to really understand why they included this, we have to look at the science and Tesla's theories. Tesla was famously, almost notoriously, obsessed with the numbers 3, 6, and 9. He believed they weren't just random digits, but actually represented the fundamental mathematical laws of the universe. We're talking about direct links to concepts like vortex math and the very frequencies of energy and vibration that make up our physical reality. By weaving this historical scientific perspective into the text, the creator is basically trying to ground their spiritual claims. They're suggesting that there is a grand, underlying scientific and mathematical design behind how your thoughts manifest into the universe.
So, bringing all of those concepts together, what is the actual message being delivered to you? Well, the source outlines 3 overarching themes that your angels or spirit guides are supposedly highlighting when this pattern shows up. Number 1, you're entering a seriously powerful manifestation phase. Number 2, you are being actively supported in completing a major soul cycle, basically tying up loose ends in old business. And number 3, your thoughts and intentions are rapidly turning into physical reality. Basically, it's a message of incredibly high momentum.
So, the crucial point is Section 2, 7 reasons you see 369.
How does this all apply to what's happening in your specific life right now? The creator actually provides a really handy diagnostic list to pinpoint your exact situation, and it's a mix of internal and external factors. On the internal side, it could be a spiritual awakening that's actively leveling up your intuition, a push to use your voice and express your truth, or a little nudge that balance is required across your mind, body, and spirit.
On the external side, it might be divine alignment confirming you're on the right path, a cycle completing to make room for better things, close protection and guidance from your spirit team, or a heads up that your manifestation power is currently off the charts. So as you can see, it really covers the whole shebang, from deep inner shifts to tangible outside support.
And this brilliantly illustrates the creator's central argument. It all comes down to thoughts versus reality. Whether it's an internal shift or external guidance, the 369 sequence is presented as the ultimate bridge that dramatically shrinks the gap between what's bouncing around in your head and what's physically showing up in your life. It's essentially a high-speed, direct connection between the internal and the external.
All right, let's move right along to Section 3, Action Steps and Guidance.
You know, it's one thing to spot the signs, but it's a totally different ballgame to know what to actually do about them. And I love that the source intentionally shifts gears here. We move from the mystery of the numbers to the actual mastery of your situation. The creator gives a very specific chronological set of instructions on how to respond. Step 1, pause and literally say thank you out loud to amplify the energy. Step 2, directly ask the universe, what do you want me to know? Step 3, write down your thoughts and desires. The creator actually mentions a specific 369 manifestation method for this writing step. And Step 4, simply trust the intuitive guidance you receive over the next few days. This is their completely practical toolkit for engaging with the phenomenon.
When you strip away all the numerology and the actionable steps, the core emotional intent of the source material is actually really comforting. They attribute this deeply reassuring, summarizing message to the universe. When you see 369, the ultimate message is simply, we see you, we're supporting you, keep going. It's framed by the creator as a really encouraging, loving little nudge, especially when you're going through a major transition or a heavy manifestation phase.
As the source material wraps up, the creator drops in a pretty standard call to action for their audience, pushing for a community engagement. They encourage viewers to like the content to help spread the message, subscribe for future guidance, and engage directly by commenting 369 along with whatever is currently going on in their lives. And importantly, they promise a follow-up, a whole separate piece of content teaching that exact step-by-step 369 manifestation technique for the writing step we discussed a moment ago.
Which brings us right to our final slide. I want to leave you with a provocative question based entirely on the framework we've just unpacked. If, as the source claims, 369 is this master activation code that bridges your internal world with your external world, are your thoughts aligning with your reality? Like, if the gap between your mindset and your physical world instantly closed right this second, would you be happy with what manifests? It's a really fascinating lens to view our daily intentions through, whether you're hunting for numbers on a clock or just trying to understand yourself a little bit better. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and keep learning.